Welcome everyone to 1st Vietnam versus Gameware in this best of 3, the finals of the GMPGL Vietnam, and this is the battle for supremacy for the #1 place in Vietnam. 1st Vietnam had been claiming that so far to go to the Asia. They were supposed to be the first, the best team in Vietnam, and now we see Gameware, a team that just happened to just appear in the Gosucup Asia V and that managed to went so far and show so much skill that right now 1st Vietnam, they have to worry about this newcomer, this dark horse who they just went on from the tournament from being unknown to just crushing everyone, and they 2-0'd their way up to now, and we have to see who's gonna be coming on the top tonight. It is gonna be best of 3 Gameware versus 1st Vietnam, and we see the bans already going on. 1st Vietnam first pick, first ban on the Radiant side, and they are going to ban Nyx and Nex. On the other side, Gameware are going to go for the Batrider and the Magnus, and 1st Vietnam, they go and they pick the Wisp first pick. So right now, 1st Vietnam and in general, Southeast Asian scene, it seems like they're just catching up to this big fad of the European and the United States game. The Wisp CK going everywhere, and I was saying in a lot of casts before that, during the Southeast Asia League, during the earlier GMPGL, that Wisp was a hero that was not picked, essentially. But nowadays, as I say that more and more, and I see Wisp more and more, and I say, okay, maybe it's time for me to see that this is maybe not true anymore. And Wisp this time is going to be picked again in the finals of GMPGL. So is that a surprise pick? Does 1st Vietnam actually want Gameware to react to this pick? Or do they really know how to play Wisp well, and they really are able to just crush their enemy with Wisp play? We saw Mighty in the Gosucup Asia V, when they went for a Wisp play, they went all in, and they went for all global. They had the Wisp, they had the CK, they had the Furion, they had the Tinker. The only one who didn't have the ability to TP everywhere was the Tinker. Not the Tinker, the Warlock that went with it. Gameware, they're gonna go a bit more old school, keeper like Darkseer. Darkseer, this very good hero all around, always the Darkseer. We always see this guy, the blue pointing head, just running across the map with a surge and doing those massive vacuum into the not the ice wall, sorry, the wall of replica. And this late game really hurts any kind of enemy, but the Lone Druid as a carry hero will not be very affected by that, because Lone Druid, usually the bear is the one getting all the items, and the bear won't get replicated into the wall of replica. Plus, when you use the bear, you will not go for stat items, so anything like the Diffusal Blade, like the Butterfly, usually Lone Druid doesn't go for that. He goes for the Radiance, he goes for the Acid Cuirass, and the illusions don't benefit from that. The illusion only benefit from the stats, and any kind of plus attack speed, any kind of plus damage, pure plus damage, won't be used in the replica. So Chaos Knight is going to be picked by Gameware. It looks like they just want to deny this Wisp CK combo, but 1st Vietnam, they feel confident. They say, I picked the Wisp, Shadow Demon, Lone Druid, and now I know that with my Wisp I can take something else. I don't care, I don't need to pick this Chaos Knight now. The Shadow Demon and Lone Druid are going to be my priorities right now, and with a Keeper of Light Darkseer, they had the reason to take the Shadow Demon, because when you see a Keeper of Light pick, you are going to think PL, Cancer Lancer. This guy is going to be the next pick. It has to be. Keeper of Light PL we see ton and time again that it's something that works. And you know the song, basically, don't fix what's not broken. So Keeper of Light, with the PL, it's a very potent combination for the laning stage as well as the late game. Because of the Keeper of Light, the PL can always split push, and that's something that lots of teams love to do, the split pushing. So Keeper of the Light this time is not going to be a PL pick, it's going to be a Chaos Knight, and they are going to ban the Queen of Pain, the Clinks. On the other side, we see a Puck ban. The middle hero are getting banned again and again, and maybe something else that I didn't mention is that 1st Vietnam know that Gameware are the one who like the Wisp pick, and this is why they first picked the Wisp, to deny it to Gameware. It's something we see a lot when people play against Empire, because they are so afraid of Empire's Wisp. Empire has 80% win rate with the Wisp, and I know I say that ton and time again whenever I cast a game with a Wisp, but this is just, another solution. Either you ban the Wisp in the first banning phase, or you pick it. So that might be another reason why we see the Wisp first pick by 1st Vietnam. But so far, I don't remember Gameware going for the Wisp plays, so I'm not really sure this is just a counterplay, or I mean a counter pick. I think and I hope 1st Vietnam really have a very good Wisp player, because watching a Wisp TP around and get those kills is always a pleasure, because it just puts so much pressure onto the enemy team and it just makes the game so dynamic. So we see the Weaver ban now for the Gameware side. Weaver, a hero that's just coming back in force and really strong hero as well. We see the Storm Spirit ban now, and we see 1st Vietnam, they banned 2 middle hero, 1 offlaner in the Clanks. Clanks is a very strong offlaner. If you know how to play him properly, like Phonic does in Empire, well, you win a lot of matchups 1v1. So Keeper like Chaos Knight, is that gonna be... It may be just, you know, a trial lane with the Chaos Knight that goes for basically the killer trial lane. Chaos Knight, Keeper Light plus 1 hero that has a stun is very often a ticket to kills, because Chaos Knight, the stun lasts a long time. Keeper Light can provide the endless mana stream for you to just try again to go onto the enemy hero. If it doesn't work once, well, second time is gonna be maybe a bit easier. And with another stun, that's a lot of, you know, that's enough, I should say, not a lot, but enough time for Keeper Light to blast the enemy with the Illuminate, and Chaos Knight also deals a lot of damage. So the Ricky Maru is gonna get banned now, and that's pretty surprising. It's gonna be a Wisp ban, it looks like. A Ricky Wisp is also a combo that's fairly interesting. You just TP in, and the enemy gets stunned by the tether. Of course, the Blink Strike does kind of like the Reality Rift. You blink behind the target, so the tether stuns immediately, and when you're stunned, he just puts on the cloud, and you just can't do anything under the cloud. You're gonna miss any attacks, you're gonna be silenced. So it's not as powerful as I would think the Chaos Knight Wisp, because the Chaos Knight can stun, and when you're stunned you cannot use the items, whereas if you're just silenced you can use BKB to get away if necessary. So we'll have to see. Sven is gonna be the pick, and so is that gonna be a Wisp Shadow Demon Sven lineup? This is a fairly weak trial lane if they go for that, because Wisp is very weak in the early game, in the laning phase. Any teams that actually play a lot now know that Wisp is very weak in the early game. And Visage is gonna be the last pick. Oh, so how are they gonna lane that? Is that gonna be like a solo mid Visage or a solo mid Shadow Demon? Shadow Demon is a very powerful middle, but we never see him because he's just such a potent, you know, no, not off I mean support as well. And if they go for this Wisp Shadow Demon Sven, this is going to be a very defensive trial lane, so that is very likely to be the defensive trial lane on the bottom lane with the Shadow Demon or the Wisp pulling. Very likely to be the Wisp pulling, because Shadow Demon has to be here to protect the Sven in case he gets jumped on.
5 seconds remaining.
They don't have a lot of disable. They have the Shadow Demon Disruption, and then what do they have? Sven goes in, stun the enemy, and that's it. There's no damage output. Wisp doesn't have a lot of damage output. Shadow Demon doesn't have a lot of damage output. And Sven, he just have the stun, and then he has to walk in to deal the damage himself. This is no Lina stun. This is no. There's no Laguna Blade. There's no. You know, Dragon Slave, and Wisp. It's gonna be an OD pick. That's very interesting. Gameware going up with the OD, and Cyberpunk, 1st Vietnam, going for the Visage. So a lot of picks that are not seen in the Southeast Asian scene, and that is very interesting because of the fact that, like you know, countless times I repeated, Southeast Asian scene, they're not very creative. They like to just pick up the strategies that already work and then adapt them. So this OD and Visage and Wisp, that's very interesting, and that's what we're gonna have to see in this first game. Oh, OD, he could go in the middle lane, and that's gonna be a trial lane Rubik CK Keeper of Light. So we have those 2 disables in the Chaos Knight, the Rubik, and Darcy on the off lane. And in the middle lane, OD can pretty much outlane anyone here because of the fact that, well, OD is just a lane dominator. He's not very strong for ganking, for killing. That's not his strong point. The strong point comes in the fact that OD, you don't lose the lane with him because you just steal the intelligence away from the enemy hero, and you just get so much attack damage that you can just last hit deny like a pro. The only little thing about OD is that if you get ganked with OD, you have no escape mechanism because you're probably going to use this imprisonment, astral imprisonment again and again on the enemy hero to make him low on. Here goes the little layout. Let's see. This way, I'm sure I don't screw it up right now. And I was saying OD with the astral imprisonment that you just cast again and again on the enemy hero. That's going to be very, very damaging because if the enemy hero is an intelligence hero, like the Shadow Demon or the Visage, you are not going to get any attack damage. So that means he's going to last it deny even harder. But if you're not an intelligence hero, that's not going to be even easier because your attack damage won't drop, but you will not have any mana pool. That means if you're a Pudge, you won't be able to throw any hooks. You will have like 110 mana maximum, and the hook costs like 140. So you will be like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? Just rot him to death and walk up to him? It's the same is gonna happen with Sven. If the Sven goes middle with the Wisp, you see he has 180 mana pool, and the stun costs 140. So a couple of Astral Imprisonment, and he's gonna be out of mana. And a Sven without mana is a Sven that is not scary at all because he can't do anything. He really, really needs to have the mana to use the stun. Otherwise, he's just a big creep in the early game. That's basically it. That's Sven. So let's go over the player. We have Tell Me Why on the Shadow Demon for 1st Vietnam. Boss is gonna be on the Lone Druid. Misa on the Visage. We have Secret on the Wisp and the one that is actually hidden there. It's R onto the Sven. On the other side, we have Youngmi on the Darkseer. We have Little Love Heart. Oh, that's so cute on the OD. OD, which is Outward Devourer, but we all know him as Obsidian Destroyer, of course, from the old Dota 1 days. And I would say Obsidian Destroyer is just like so much more baller than like Outward Devourer or whatever that's it. I'm not even able to pronounce it with my weird accent. Cold is gonna be playing the Rubik. Kim Gan or something gonna be playing the Keeper of the Light, and NL is gonna be on this Chaos Knight. So we're just waiting for the Darkseer to come back into the game, and he's gonna come back into the game as I say that. So perfect timing, and we just have to resume now. So I'm very, very excited to see how the Radiant are gonna lane this. I'm not really sure. Visage hasn't been seeing it. Like, Visage was, should I say, king of the trial lane long time ago, because of the fact that, well, the Soul Ascension works like this. The more people take damage around you, and the more damage it will do. And since he first leveled the Soul Ascension, yeah, he's gonna go all support. You see that Sentry War is picked up, and the Wisp is actually going for double Gauntlets of Strength. That's a fairly early Urn Rush. So interesting. Shadow Demon not likely to go in the middle lane because we see that he's gonna get Observer Rewards. R is going to pick that that Sven, carry Sven, and Boss is gonna go on the solo bot lane. Oh, I'm confused there. Are they gonna go aggressive trial lane? That's the Wisp could be solo middle if you take a look at his item build. But is he gonna do that? It looks like he is.
30 seconds to go.
No, he's gonna support this Sven. There's no way. Or there is. Wisp is gonna go solo middle. I think I'm tripping because he leveled the tether at level 1, and that's not something you want to do if you're gonna go solo lane. You're gonna want to max out the spirits. So what do we have on the other side? We see OD going in the middle lane. That's pretty much normal. Aggressive trialing coming up for Gameware. They are heading up the Rubik, the Keeper of... And as I say that, they're just turning around. So apparently Chaos Knight is going to head to the top lane, and Yami is going to go on the bottom lane instead. So a little bit of a roam around, see? Musical chairs, and Visage is looking to pick up that DD rune, but he doesn't want to waste any time of it. And Wisp is gonna go solo middle? that's it. Wisp is in the middle lane, and Wisp, remember, he is a strength hero, although he doesn't look like it. You may be seeing that ball light and say, okay, so I guess Wisp is an intelligence hero, because, yeah, well, support and all that. But he's a strength hero, so he doesn't take any minus damage coming from the Ulcer Imprisonment, and since he started with 2 Gunflows of Strength, he's gonna have a lot of attack damage. He's 56. OD is still at 62, so he has more, but it's gonna be okay for the Wisp to a lesser extent. And he's gonna have also a very, very fast level 6, so that means a lot of ganking ability.
You must learn patience.
And Wisp is now gonna stack up and come back into the middle lane, so very well played by him. Stacking up, using a turret to come back to not lose any experience. And on the top lane, what is it gonna look like? It looks like Sven is actually getting the lane like 3 kills, 3 creep kills, should I say, and 2 denies, 4 creep kills, 2 denies now, and the Chaos Knight is still at 0-0. He is at 0-0, so they're afraid. They see the Visage, they saw the Visage with DD Rune, and they say, no way, no way. And the fact that Wisp is not here, like I said, normally with the Wisp the Trialing is weak, but without the Wisp, you have the damage coming from the Visage. This Soul Assumption really deals the damage, so Shadow Demon into the Sven, into the Visage, it's a lot of damage. It won't be able to bring down Chaos Knight, very unlikely to be able to bring down that very fat, tanky hero, but Rubik and Keeper of the Light, those guys, or actually Rubik has almost as much health as the Chaos Knight, but the Keeper of the Light, less than 100 HP, no, actually only 70 HP, so I'm wrong all over the board, sorry about that, guys. I'm rambling about things I don't even know. And Wisp, do you see that he's gonna go for the Wisp Bombs? And what is the Wisp Bombs? Well, basically when the Wisp Spirit dies, they do the damage as if they just hit on a hero. So that's what he did right here. Use the Wisp Spirits, start to deal the damage with the little spirits bouncing around. And then when the spirits are about to die, he just stick to the enemy creeps, and then he blows up. So it almost kills the double stack easy camp very, very quickly. And he also stacked the hard camp, so OD actually disconnects. I guess it's gonna be a lag or something. And in the meantime, Wisp, he's getting... Oh, okay. So, bug graphic, he couldn't see the Wisp. Oh, that has to be very annoying. So Wisp level 3, OD level 4, of course. Wisp, we see 13 creep kills, but a lot of them comes from this little small camp. So he's more like at around 6 creep kills right now for the camp, for the lane, and then the additional 6 or 7 creep kills come from the little camp. So he doesn't have that much gold. It looks like right now Wisp is winning the lane, but that's not the case. OD is ahead in levels. He's ahead as well in last hit denies because the little creeps here from this camp don't give as much gold as the creeps from the lane, as well as 6 denies for the OD. So OD now also gets the boost of speed, so he will be faster than the Wisp. Wisp 295 movement speed, OD 360, so that's a lot of attack and harassment that he can deal on the Wisp if Wisp is not very careful. On this bottom lane, what's happening? Looks like Lone Druid is actually having a hard time against Darkseer. 12 for 2, only 7 for 3 with the Lone Druid, so Boss not really getting as much last hit as he wants to. And Darkseer against that Lone Druid, he's just gonna feel fine because there's no way the Lone Druid is gonna be able to solo kill him, except if he makes like tons of mistake and he gets entangled once, twice, 3 times in a row. But no, normally he should be just fine right now. We see Yanmi is just not even scared. He's just standing around the creep wave, and he's harassing with the Iron Shell as well, just standing there to take the last of the right click. So now we see Wisp, he just got the bottle. It's gonna be a bit easier for him now. He has the bottle to heal up and also get the mana. And he's gonna stack again. So we see the timing here, 53 seconds. And the camp is gonna get stacked. Yep, there he goes. And he's gonna Spirit Bomb that little camp again. So... and using again this Spirit Bomb. On the top lane though, Keeper of Light is gonna get caught, and as I said, Keeper of Light is one of the hero you want to jump on, and he's a hero that never wants to be on the front line. Just goes down to the Stun Disruption as well as Visage Soul Assumption. That's way too much damage for this old man to withstand. And Keeper of Light, I'm not really sure what he was doing here. Normally, at the very most, you want your Rubik on the front line, but normally the Chaos Knight should be on the front line, but if he's not, Rubik should be in front of Keeper of Light. Just so Keeper of Light can channel his Illuminate and deal damage to everyone. to make a possibility of a turnaround by the CK coming up afterwards. So this top lane just definitely not going the way of Gameware. 6-0 only for this Chaos Knight. And he feels very pressured. They're afraid. They don't go on anyone right now. They know that if they want to go on someone, they will have disruption to deny the stuns coming from the Chaos Knight. The Chaos Bolt flies around and has a long animation, so if the Shadow Demon sees that, he can just use the disruption. Sven's gonna just take this eliminated in the face, but he tanks it like a pro. Wisp gets the regeneration rune, and now we see the Spirit Bear helping him around. I'm not really sure why though. Middle lane, Wisp level 4, Devourer, or OD should I say, level 5, almost level 6 as well. So Wisp has to be careful. OD, I said he's not a lane killer, but if you deal a much with the right clicks, one ultimate can just seal the fate of the Wisp, because with the Astral Imprisonment spam, he will get a lot of intelligence bonus compared to the Wisp. Oh, and that is why the bear comes here. It is to tank the creeps, but Wisp has to be careful, Wisp! Oh, you're very low on health, sir! One more right click and he's gonna go down. Oh, he uses the bottle, so he survives with very low health. That's definitely not what he wanted to do. And boss, he loses the Spirit Bear, so he takes some damage. He doesn't mind though. He's not the one tanking the Iron Shell. That's the good part about being a lone druid, is that the bear is gonna be the one tanking the Iron Shell. Normally, if you're a melee hero, it's just so annoying, because even if you want to farm and even if you're okay to farm, you have to take damage, and that's gonna be consumables down the drain. OD right now, 24 denies. Wisp comes in, but he just can't do anything. 32 crit kills, 25 denies. This is total control from OD. And Sven disconnects from the game, so this is going to be a quick pause. OD actually gets a Tranquil Boots as well, so he's not going to be able to be harassed out of the lane by the spirits. Nothing short of a gank will be able to put him away from his farming spree. And what is he buying right now? Is there anything? No, it looks like he doesn't have anything on the courier. So it has 400 gold. It's 5 minutes 44 creep in, and it's 32 creep kills, 25 denies. So he's, well, he's not having a perfect score, but he's not so far away from it. So Shadow Demon, of course, not having a lot of items. This Visage as well, because, well, supports life. Shadow Demon level 4, Visage level 4, and on the other side level 2 and level 3. So this tri-lane definitely not going the way of the dark side. But Sven is also only level 3. CK is level 4, so CK at least is getting levels. But they should be getting more levels due to the fact that they are in the defensive tri-lane, and we see that it's actually the case here. They get more levels. It's not. I think it's not due to this tri-lane. It's more likely due to the Wisp getting denied so much in the mid lane. OD is about to hit level 6, whereas Wisp is just barely level 5. This bottom lane, by the way, it looks like it's pretty even, at least in terms of well, Lasset denies as well now, 31 to 26 to 27, so pretty even at that point. And the experience graph shouldn't be too much different. 2 denies, 6 denies, so fairly even. Gold graph though, still going the way of the Radiant. Due to this first blood, very likely. And due to the fact that this top lane is also not going the way of the dark side, but the middle lane is just crushing domination by this OD. Little Heart here is doing a wonderful job at denying this lane from the Wisp, and that's exactly what I was saying about a lane dominators, that you can't really do much about that. You are going to be forced to just take you know, the best of what's left, and that's what's left is actually not a lot, because with 25 denies, that's not a lot of creep kills you can get. So we're just gonna wait until the Sven comes back. I am interested to see how this Wisp pick will work out in the end, because even if he's level 6 and he can use the relocate, who are the good hero to go with? There's the Sven, but Sven is actually good usually in the later stages of the game with the Wisp, because he just get pumped with items and you just TP in, stun, and cleave the guy in half like in 2 strikes. But before that, before Sven gets the item, where's the damage? This is no CK. CK has a good burst damage with the stun, and the stun lasts up to 4 seconds. Plus, he has a Reality Rift to bring you back to him. He can chase you with the Reality Rift as well. It gives bonus damage. And his his base damage is 74, so it's nothing. It's actually very high. Plus 375 move speed with the boots, whereas we see that the Sven has 30 less movement speed, so chasing is also easier with the CK. That's why CK Wisp is just a favorite combo. And this Wisp level 6, I'm not feeling like he's gonna do a whole lot, except for maybe defensive purpose, because he can bring the Shadow Demon in for a disruption, he can bring like the Visage in for this Soul Assumption and Grave Chill, but a dual combo killing, the killing combo is not gonna come from just the Wisp and +1. Usually that's what Wisp CK can do, but right here they will have to make the gank happen when someone is already here. So at least 3 versus 1 or 3 versus 2. They can't go 2 versus 1, except if it's a weak support like this poor frail old man in the Keeper of Life stroking his staff to use the Illuminate. Rubik, well, Rubik, he should be okay. He has the Telekinesis to bring the enemy away. The Fade Bolt also damaged the enemy's attack damage, so he's gonna take less damage. And he has a bit more health than Keeper of Light. In fact, he has a lot more health. Rubik is at 625, Keeper of Light at 511 only. So it's taking a bit of time. I'm not really sure what's happening right now. Looks like, what do we have on the bear here? It's Face Boots coming in, so it's probably not going to be a Radiance Rush. When you see the Radiance Rush onto the heroes, you usually see like boots, basic boots on Lone Druid and Spirit Bearer. At most, you see the Tranquil Boots on the Lone Druid if he's getting harassed a lot. But then you see a straight on rush to the Radiance. And when you see the Face Boots, it's usually more of a Myzzrym build, to get the bear active earlier, to have a bit more attack speed as well for the Entangling Claws, and to have the damage coming up from the lightnings as well as the damage. So apparently it's still not going. So everyone's getting impatient here. Still nothing going, and it's gonna be go time. Whew! So fairly long pause happening here. That's the joy of Dota as well. Just hope there will be no more disconnects. Blast gonna land on Sven. Sven only 1 second stun. Disruption gonna land, and it looks like the Shadow. Oh, Chaos Knight still taking a lot of damage, but is he gonna be? Oh, that's the Soul Assumption number 2 coming in. I was thinking, was the Soul Catcher on him, but apparently not. Though the Shadow Demon decided to level the Shadow Poison, so that's more damage. And OD just looks for some kills with the Invisibility Rune. Is he gonna be able to pick off anyone? It looks like everyone's pretty high on health. So they're just gonna wait for the CK to come back. And the Blast, seeking for a target. Now, OD is gonna jump onto the Visage. The Visage trying to run away. Visage 2 second stun, but in the meantime, they are going on the Rubik. Rubik taking a lot of... Rubik going down! Visage with the last strength before dying. He's gonna pick off this Rubik. And this is another kill, maybe 3 second stun. That's gonna be enough. R is gonna go down. But, what was that for? Darcyr also came in for that, so that's a lot of movement, and although it looks like a win for Gameware, they managed to pick up 1 kill for the Radiant side, as well as force everyone to go. So that means the Lone Druid's just going to be fine farming on the bottom lane. And here comes the TP from the Wisp. The Sven, they are coming back. They're going to go on the Chaos Knight. The Wisp bomb coming in. Chaos Knight taking a lot of damage. The Soul Assumption is going to finish that out. But Wisp very low on health, taking a lot of damage from the Ion Shell. Still alive, and he's going to be able to TP away. But Sven as well is brought away. Darkseer still surviving with very low health. Visage now trying to get away, and the Shadow Poison is not going to catch him. I feel like Sven should have been left there instead of just going back. And they are wanting to go on the Rubik. We see Sven coming in, and Rubik is very likely to go down. Soul Ascension is not going to be able to finish that, but the Wisp Spirit is. And now Keeper of Light on the run, but Sven, you see that he is chasing, and he is going to get that kill. No way you escape that one, sir. And 1st.VN just laying the smackdown on this top lane. they will have, Gameware will have to make something happen with the OD. The OD will be the key for Gameware, because right now the CK is not working out. The Darkseer, he's not getting that many items. He's forced also to go on top lane, so he wasted a lot of time. And we see now 45 creep kills from the Lone Druid, and Darkseer actually getting behind now. So by doing this movement, it's also hurting him. And 6-4-2, so in the end this movement was not even really worth it. Wisp, 39 creep kills. He has the Earnest Shadow, the bottle. So he has the healing potential. He is a living dispenser right now. And the Wisp spirits are level max, so that's a lot of damage as well. It is a total of 500 damage if you can land all the spirits, so it's actually quite potent. But you see that OD now, actually OD getting 1 level in Arcane Orb after 2 level in Astral Imprisonment, so he's not maxing up that Astral Imprisonment. Bottom lane, Darkseer starting to just crypt skip. Ping coming out, they see... Or do they see Misa? Yeah, they see Misa, they have a ward there, so they know all the movement that may be coming from this top lane, from the Radiant side. Dark side, they are also visible with this ward normally. I'm not really sure it goes up to there, but they will be able to see if anyone's standing under the tower, and if it is the case, they will be able to dive him as well. Keeper of Light channeling that blast, and he's gonna catch Sven with it. Wisp is at base. He has a TP scroll. Is he gonna TP on the top lane? That's the decision right now. Nothing's happening. OD's gonna find a regen rune. Not gonna really help him as much because he's pretty much full health. Disruption's landing, but it looks like R was a bit too far. They are gonna land the stun, but do they really want to go in? They actually get the Chaos Knight, and here comes everyone from the Dire side, and OD using the ultimate, picking up one, then using the Astral Imprisonment to catch the Sven. Oh, Sven very low on health, but he's still alive. One more right click, and he's gonna go down. Misa in the meantime is just gonna TP out of this one. So they still managed to pick up 2 kills, so it's not even like a bad trade for 1st.VN. They managed to pick up the CK as well as the Keeper of the Light with that big stun of Sven, even if tower diving. Lone Druid in the meantime still farming up, and he's catching up. He's more than catching up. In fact, right now 64 crit kills, so he has gone ahead of OD who's trying to get his Force Staff. And does he have it? Yeah, he has it. We also have Yami trying to work towards that that mechanism for those team fights to avoid having the CK just dropping so fast. The Soul Assumption just dealing so much damage in this game, and Wisp's coming in from behind. Wisp? They're just so scared of the Wisp, they don't even dare to go on him, and that means they're just gonna let the Keeper of the Light die. Wisp, that moment, was like pretty much alone at that point, and they had the potential to just bring him down before the allies were coming in, but I guess they didn't have the vision, so they were scared. And with that, Wisp just picked up a free kill, and he survives what seemed to be a very bad engagement. They're gonna take down the tower now. And Misa is level 6. We see TP coming up from the Wisp with this Sven on the bottom lane, taking Darkseer off. And Wisp is going to go back on the top lane, but leave Sven on the bottom lane. Maybe looking to push that tower as well, but remember we have a Keeper of the Light, and Keeper of the Light is very annoying to push against. OD is the saving grace right now, level 10, so he's gonna get those early levels compared to the others. He is very far compared to the others as well, if I remember well. No, actually we have the Wisp level 10 and the Lone Druid level 10 as well, and he may be in a lot of trouble. He is gonna get doved upon, the stun is gonna fly, the stun lands on Visage as well, and OD just use the Force Staff to make sure that nothing really happens. We see Visage gonna get brought back, but with the tether, it's actually hurting the Chaos Knight because he's gonna stun himself. Blast is going to land onto the poor familiars, who are going to be able to safely fly away. Remember, those 2 gargoyles gives 100 gold each, so that's a lot of gold. You don't want to feed that to the enemy. Tell me why, putting down a little ward there. Darks here coming to the bottom lane, getting this big creep wave, gonna be happy with that as well. Net worth, we see that the Lone Druid is up ahead, and what does he decide to go for? He's saving up what looks to be a Radiance. So even though he got the phase boots, it looks like he's still gonna go for the Radiance. The bear has no boots whatsoever. It looks like we have a TP coming from the Wisp. They want to go on the Chaos Knight, and Chaos Knight, he's just so under farm right now. Has no items, has boots and magic wand. And what I was saying about the Wisp with the CK, the Wisp Van not having enough damage to bring down anyone with the two of them. Well, they do have enough damage because of the fact that the CK is just so under farm. And right now everyone's just too squishy to survive to that. So everyone's gonna get blasted in the face. You see that the Illuminate's still taking the health off of Shadowmin pretty fast, so they still have to be careful when trying to siege the towers. And you see that they have to just give it away. The tower is still gonna stand, and they're not gonna press the matter because they know that just trying to face rush the tower when the Keeper of Light is here to defend it is pretty stupid and pretty dangerous. So he doesn't want to do that. So yeah, we see that the Sacred Relic was picked up by the Courier, who is pretty much living under the snow right now. We don't even see his face. Yo, fly and it's snowing. Boss, level 11. Not really a big problem though, because I mean Lone Druid, when he has the levels, he's not as scary as, let's say, Lina with the levels. And Wisp is actually the one leading the chart right now. Of course, this was before the Lone Druid gets the Sacred Relic, but he's still, you know, at the same, he's at the same amount as this OD 202 with 78 creep kills, and with 305 with 70 creep kills. So he has the mechanism as well now, and that means Sven is gonna be near unkillable. This guy, if you tether him and use the mechanism, he's gonna heal by 500 health. So that's half of his HP. And if you wonder why, it's because he gets 250 health from the mechanism, like everyone else. And then the tether is gonna heal this Sven by the amount Wisp was healed. And TP coming in, it's gonna be Wisp with Visage. They wanna go onto Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is gonna fall with Rubik as a side dish. Sven just taking those kills left and right, and this is Gameware falling apart right now. Although they're still clinging to the towers, which means that they shouldn't be in so much trouble due to the gank from the Wisp. Usually Wisp really shines when the first tier towers actually drop, because the enemy will lose map control, so you can TP here without any problem, without any TP support. That's why also they targeted the top lane. But ooh, this time it's gonna be Gameware trying to make the move here. We see the Visage coming in, TP from the Visage, and Tangle. No, this Darkseer is gonna be in a whole lot of trouble. He's gonna surge away, but Chaos Knight is standing there. Chaos Knight, I'm not really sure what he's gonna do. He's just disrupted. He's gonna go down. The Blinding Light is gonna save him for a few more seconds, but here comes the Soul Assumption again. YYY is in a bit of trouble. He's gonna use the disruption before getting away, and Wisp in the meantime is getting those kills in the middle lane. Misa is gonna fall to just the Shadow Poison, and Misa, no, not Misa. Tell me YYY is gonna take the Yangmi, but Misa survives with very little health, and OD dies to the Wisp alone. It was a solo kill by Wisp. Oh my! If it was a solo kill by Wisp, this is just straight shameful for this poor OD, who's trying to make a BKB. He knows there's too many spells. Visage also deals too much damage with Soul Assumption. That's, remember, soul damage is 65. So max of 6 souls. That's potentially damage by you know, it's potentially approximately 350 damage, 400 nuke coming every 4 seconds. So you really have to be careful around Visage. And he's gonna go for the Rod of Athos. I love this. Rod of Athos, an item that is not very often picked, but now thanks to Aoi 2000, Rod of Athos coming to the masses, and we now see that it's actually a very good item.
Radiant's mid tower.
Especially for heroes like Myzzrym, who needs to be a bit tanky as well as have intelligence to spam the spells. Plus, the slow is just a bonus. I mean, the slow, 50% slow, it's a lot. If you take a look right now, it's only 50 mana cost, so it's pretty much nothing. And 16-second cooldown, 60% slow, and 4-second as well. So all that familiars just waiting there, waiting for some stuns, I guess. And OD is gonna be the prey.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Top lane though, it's gonna be Wisp getting picked up here. No! No! He's still alive for a few seconds. The tether on the creep, stunning this Chaos Knight. Nicely done, but is he gonna be enough? Hey, he's using the Urn of Shadow and he's in fact getting away. Nicely done by Wisp. That tether on the creep, just stunning that CK long enough for him to get away. So they're not gonna even be able to pick up that Wisp, and 16 for 4 right now. It's domination by 1st.VN. They are showing this new team that they're still the one in control. They're still the one who deserve their invitation to the Asia. They are the top 1 team in Vietnam, or that's what the first game actually shows. But is the second game going to go the way of Gameware? We're gonna have to take a look at that. It's not over yet though. I'm saying that as if it was finished. But oh no! Oh, the Spirit Bomb's just dealing so much damage, and now we see OD trying to go on the Lone Druid, but not even able to. Oh, it's actually going to be able to kill him, but fall to the entangling roots. And now tell me why coming from behind, the Spirit, the Familiars, not doing so much. They are going to stun that Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is just going to get dropped here. The Darkseer already died before, and without the Darkseer, without the OD, Keeper of the Light and Rubik were the only supports for the TK, who still dropped too easily. Because just look at him right now, power treads, that's the extent of his farm. Can't even get a bracer to get this Drum of Endurance, so Darkseer has the mechanism, so that's gonna be helping them a lot. Keeper of Light almost up to 4 staff, so they will be able to move the heroes around. Rubik, in fact, is gonna be the one hard supporting right now. It has no items. R is up to the Armless of Morrigan. He's going for this BKB. YYY is, well, he has the Tranquil Boots, so he has a lot of movement speed. And Wisp, god, that is one of the most farmed up Wisp I ever saw. I remember seeing Wisp as a joke in the middle lane, played by Dandy in the ESWC, and just winning the lane against a Queen of Pain because, well, it's Dandy, so, you know, that's it. But now we see Secret actually doing a very not decent but good job at the solo mid Wisp. Not winning the lane by any means, but still doing very well by just using the pulls, using the spirit to farm the camps. And Lone Druid has the Ghost Scepter now, so he's able to stay against this OD's orb because the OD orb won't be able to affect him when he's in a Ghost Scepters. But the only little problem is, of course, if he gets the ulti in the face, that's gonna hurt. Visage got the Rod of Ados, so it's also a lot of gold on this guy. Smoke Gank is gonna be popped, and they're just gonna look to turn around and try to catch someone by surprise. Are they gonna be able to, though? That's the big question. It looks like Gameware, they are aware something's wrong. They are afraid. Oh! OD revealed the familiar, so ping's going everywhere. They know that it's a smoke. They are gonna use the smoke on their own, and they want to turn around. They want to make them pay for that little cheeky play. They may be able to catch up 1 or 2 guys who are still behind. They have the Shadow Demon behind. Shadow Demon's gonna be the one picked off here. No, it looks like OD, what is he doing? He's running into danger. And now Sven, oh, very good vacuum. Better Illuminate, but they are turning around. The items are just too much right now, the difference in items. They're just cleaning the mess. Everyone's going down, and Gameware are gonna tap out of this game. 22 minutes of game. And this is GG. We are gonna jump into game number 2, so stay tuned, guys. And this was Dodo Talk Myzzrym. If you like, please remember, feel free to subscribe or to follow on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter or on Facebook, and I'll see you guys in the next game.